So we're trying something a little new today. The poem is a love story, basically, and it's one that changes every time it's read. So, for every line I've written two versions. One is the truth and one is made up. And I'm gonna pick random cards off the top of this deck, thank you to Dana. And if I see a black card, I'm gonna read the truth. If I see a red card, I'm gonna read the lie. Which means you all are about to hear a version of this poem that is one out of more than 2,000 possible combinations of truths and lies, and you will walk away not knowing which things I meant and which things were missed. So that's fun. Okay. The title is Auteur. 1. You had most affection for the weather if it was all sky and no cloud, or all cloud and no sky, with a bonus if it was also raining. And in the way that I somehow thought myself into being a dog person, my appreciation for patchy skies had also reined itself into the margins. 2. Nothing has changed since 2 summers ago, and I am still most likely to fall asleep in the grass. I'm still 5'5", and you are probably still 5 love letters and lots of opinions tall. Somewhere in the Murakami you gave me is the tortured sentiment that the Beatles are timeless. I wrote you a poem about Korean mythology, and I believed some things must be immortal. Otherwise, how are we to cope? 3. At night, I find myself returning to that bunk bed of pink nights rippling into shattered black, cradling an atmosphere of words just waiting, breathlessly to be exchanged. We kissed question marks into each other's skin, and it was nice not needing answers. 4. We fought every other day. 5. Well, I've always been the level-headed one, and I always imagined the end of love would be mundane. So of course I was struck, wide-eyed and shivering at that orchestral crumbling of the universe, stirring air over the stove as old letters and spice nuts recipes came raining down around me. 6. I have always been a person of the theater. 7. The memory of love is a questionable witness, and I have never quite rid myself of suspicion. The next time I tell our story, I don't know if it will sound like a stranger's. I promise, love, I have never told a lie. It's almost like everything red is really black, is really half true. It's almost like it doesn't matter what card I draw. If I want to have loved you, then of course I have. If I want to have forgotten about you, then of course this house is perfectly still and empty and no windows ache. 9. I want to thank you for showing me how the universe works. That time is not the only feeble thing we treat like gospel, and my mind's not even trying to fight the quicksand of recollection. I don't want to be this overworked author. I didn't ask for this job, screaming into the atlas of my shifting truths as I write and rewrite like a paralyzed beast, but my hand gave birth to this pen, and I woke up yesterday with a headache. I had aspirin in my drawer. 10. Am I anyone at all in solitude? A mute mother mouthing bedtime stories into a vacant crib? Or do I invite the erasure of company, and if we're all just a living sum of our stories, am I afraid to die? Afraid to die, I pick you up by what silhouettes remain, hold you like I would someday like to hold myself and keep you on my easel. Mix and remix the fading watercolor of our memories. 11. I am sure I loved you.